Preface. Rarely reported incidents occur in obscure sectors of our society where ambition and power converge, while treading the fine line between fortune and foolishness. The narratives follow individuals as they confront the dangers of luxury, criminal behavior, and repercussions. An illustrative instance of this is the narrative you are about to examine, which depicts the convergence of three people's destinies. We have intentionally obscured the meanings of the names Cuckoo, Kobo, and Behimu. They hid their extravagant lifestyles behind an ostentatious facade of daily existence for 30 years. All who came into contact with them were enthralled and perplexed by their miraculous and perplexing prosperity. In spite of this, their empire also collapsed. As the proverb goes, which states that empires invariably do. An epic tale replete with deceit and ambition, as well as an unrelenting pursuit of extravagance, the novel documents their ascent and fall. This narrative embraces various continents, traversing tranquil villages in England, bustling streets in Africa, courtrooms in The Hague, and clandestine regions of offshore finance. You will gain personal knowledge of the decisions they executed and the ensuing repercussions as you progress through these pages. A world characterized by ambiguous moral principles can deceive even the most self-disciplined individuals with the allure of wealth and authority. On the contrary, this narrative goes beyond criminals and law enforcement and explores the personal choices that individuals must make in order to achieve their aspirations. The haunting query, "If I knew it," compels individuals to contemplate uncharted territories. Consider the ethical quandaries you might have encountered, the degree to which you are willing to make sacrifices, and the course of action you would have taken if you were in their position as you peruse the pages. Beyond solely their individual experiences, the narrative of Cuckoo, Kobo, and Behimu ultimately reflects on all of us. Consequently, embark on an exploration of their universe, encompassing its peril and allure. Consider the consequences that ensue from the decisions you are making. It is essential to consider that uncomplicated solutions do not exist in the intricate interplay of fate and existence. Instead, persistent diligence is the only path to unraveling the enigmatic truth. Hosanna Resources Center. Chapter 1: The Lavish Trio. Janja is a beautiful town situated within the ancient structures and rolling hills in the northeast of England. In contrast to the contemporary opulence that had only recently implanted itself within the town, its historic structures and cobblestone highways emanated the feeling of antiquity. Cuckoo, an individual who was similarly mysterious and renowned among the people of the area, was the heart of this opulence. On the outskirts of Janja, Cuckoo resided in a spacious and lavish mansion that appeared noticeably situated within the modest houses that constituted the town. The mansion, characterized by its immaculate gardens and towering walls, emanated a feel of immense and inexplicable wealth. Cuckoo, who was merely recognized as a part-time employee at the local warehouse, was an individual characterized by his reserved nature. The origin of his wealth, which was the subject of much gossip and whispered speculation, became rarely vaguely explicable by his modest job and unassuming demeanor. When one contemplated Cuckoo's properties in London, the enigma became more profound. His mansions, situated in the most prestigious communities, were constantly lavish in nature. These residences displayed an almost incomprehensible standard of luxury for the average person, as evidenced by the impeccable furnishings, invaluable artwork, and cutting-edge technology. Notwithstanding his affluence, Cuckoo upheld a responsible appearance. When he did attend social events, he was invariably a model of luxury and propriety. His attendance was rare. He was well known for his generous contributions to local charities and his willingness to assist those in need, but he did so discreetly, without acclaim or fanfare. Kobo, the sibling of Cuckoo, located in the African nation of Ruda. Across the ocean, the solitary existence of his sibling stood in stark contrast to the way of life of Kobo. He resided in a palatial estate that resembled a fortress rather than a residence, situated in the center of Ruda. Fortified with formidable fortifications and armed guards, the premises exuded a feeling of fortification. The interior radiated an immense sense of luxury. The atmosphere was permeated with the allure of exotic fragrances, while every surface was ornamented with gold and precious stones. Kobo occupied a position of authority and sway in Ruda. He interacted with politicians and business magnates, establishing connections within the most prestigious spheres of society. Nevertheless, similar to his sibling, the origin of his affluence remained obscured. Illicit transactions and enigmatic affiliations were the subject of widespread rumors. However, no evidence ever substantiated these claims. Constantly one step ahead of the law and inquisitive observers, Kobo was circumspect. Behimu, an additional component of the enigma, resided within the modest jurisdiction of Congolo. Behimu ruled over a prosperous mineral mine in addition to an extensive and diverse empire that included a large farm with hundreds of goats and cows. His business as the principal provider of livestock, milk, and vegetables to the markets of Congolo had amassed him considerable wealth and power. Behimu's agricultural enterprise exemplified contemporary abilities, replete with cutting-edge infrastructure and a proficient labor force. However, the situation was quite different at the mineral mine. Men labored in the depths of the earth to extract valuable minerals in a place of peril and darkness. Despite the challenging conditions and hazardous nature of the labor, the enormous rewards were worthwhile. By lineage and a common past, the three individuals, Cuckoo, Kobo, and Behimu, were interconnected. Co-raised in abject poverty, they harbored aspirations for an improved existence. They were now opulent and lived in unfathomable affluence, but the source of their fortune remained a closely guarded mystery. Their loyal servants and hired muscle comprised their retinue, which knew better than to inquire. The individuals were adequately remunerated and regarded with respect, and they were cognizant that their ongoing employment hinged on their judgment. The trio's apparent affluence continued to increase over time. They invested in new ventures and strengthened their position in existing ones in order to broaden their business portfolio. Although they effortlessly navigated the upper echelons of society, they remained marginalized, perpetually on the periphery, and never completely embraced or confided in. This was straightforward. Nobody knew the origin of their funds. Naturally, murmurs of illicit activities and shady dealings circulated as rumors. Some individuals claimed to be engaged in the illicit trade of armaments, while others smuggled drugs. Rumors circulated regarding potential affiliations with organized crime syndicates. These, however, were merely rumors and nothing more. In contrast, the reality was considerably more intricate and perilous. A network of illicit endeavors that transcended national borders and violated ethical and legal limits, the trio amassed their considerable fortune through a foundation of falsehoods and duplicity. Proficient in the occult and concealed, they were masters of manipulation. They had concealed the true nature of their empire behind a veneer of respectability. However, facades are ephemeral, and concealed information has a propensity to emerge. Although the triumvirate exercised caution, even they fell short of perfection. Vulnerabilities, in the form of fractures, were present in their armor. Over time, these fissures started to enlarge, posing a significant risk of rupturing the illusion that had been meticulously crafted. The initial indication of distress materialized with Cuckoo's demise. It came as an abrupt and unanticipated surprise to all those acquainted with him. He had no documented medical conditions and had been in excellent health. The unraveling of the intricately woven tapestry of their lives was imminent, as the cause of death remained a shrouded enigma. A sequence of circumstances culminated in the trio's demise, which was initiated by the demise of Cuckoo. The police investigation into his disappearance would reveal the sinister underbelly of their operations and reveal the truth about their empire. Behemoth's apprehension and the confiscation of Cuckoo's property would only be the start. International censure and attention would be directed in the direction of Kobo, in the event that his participation in the transportation of refugees became public. As the triumvirate became aware of the truth, their entire world would collapse. The deprivation of their wealth and influence would render them vulnerable and exposed. Their construction of an empire would disintegrate, leaving them with a mere remnant of their aspirations. However, optimism would remain despite their eventual demise. For in the demise of their dominion, an opportunity for redemption would present itself, allowing them to rectify the transgressions they had undertaken. Although it would be difficult and fraught with suffering, it is plausible that it could be accomplished. And that was ultimately everything that mattered. If Chapter 1 has pleased you and left you with curiosity to know what has happened to these trio in the novel, If I Knew It, it is available in both physical and Kindle format at Amazon.com.